Hey guys, today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to do this effect. I use Adobe After Effects. We're going to use the third-party plugin Trapcode Particular to do this effect. So we can see here we have a small particle thing, and the way I did that is I actually make this using Particular and render this out, and then I use Particular again to make it, you know, like a vortex tornado thing. So let's get started. What we're going to do first is we're going to make this, and you can just skip this part. You can just use this what I made here. I have the download link in the description. You can just download it and use it. So anyway, let's make a new comp, name it particle, and okay, and let's see if I want to views like that, and then we're going to make a new solid because we want to use it as a particular, so name it particular and make it black. Okay, and then we type in particular again, effects, reset, and just drag it. So we have this, really good, but that's not what we want, so we make a new light and name it emitter because we're going to emit particle from the light. So we have that, and go to particular, go to emitter, and change the emitter type to light. And we have this. Now we want the light to be rotating like what you saw there, like what you saw earlier. So we make another solid and give any color you want, maybe red, and name this I don't know, rotate, doesn't matter. And then we want to give a circular mask, so just hold it in here and go ellipse tool, double click, and we have this. Then we want to change it to 3D layer, so to switch 3D layer, and then go press R for rotation and just type 90% like so. And then we go to top view and we want to put the light into the edge there on the left, and then we pattern the light to the rotation and just disable it, we don't need it. And so if we rotate this, the light will follow. Let's make a keyframe in a Z rotation, click and go here, 50 seconds. Let's just go to 90 seconds, I mean 10 seconds, change this to 10, so it will be moving 10 times in 10 seconds. Let's just trim this part, we just come to one area and we're good to go. Now we go to active camera, and then we're going to make a new camera because we want to edit this in 3D space. Now we're good, and then what we're going to do is we want to edit the particular. So we want to make all the emitter size to 0, 0, 0, and the velocity to 0, 0, 0, and we have a straight line. And then what we're going to do is maybe change this to 280. So we have a nice line there. And we can just move the circle. Oh, move the line. And just maybe not 90%. 95, like so, and we just make a circle. We made a circle there. So what we want to do is we go to the particular again and go to the particle, and on the opacity overlay make it like so, and size overlay too. So what we can see here, it's getting smaller when it's dying. And then we might want to change the particle life to 0.4. So we have this nice thin line. And maybe we can press AA. Off. There we go. So this rotate layer doesn't receive any light. So this looks good. We may want to give a fast blur to get rid all you know, this black stripes here. Each pixel 5, and maybe the size 2. Too much, maybe 6. So that looks good. Now what we're going to do is want to scale the rotate layer down a bit. 70% good. Now what we want to do now is we want the particle, and it's right here, it want to get blocked or obscured. So let's make a new layer. Solid, and solid, go to solid, and then obscure. Okay, maybe scale it down. Okay, that looks good. So what we want to do now is we want to go to particular, go to visibility, and obscure layer to obscure. It has to be 3D layer. Okay. 3D. And just pick that. And disable the obscure layer. And we're good to go. Let's toggle the transparency, and this is great. This is great. So what we want to do now is we want to render this. I want to render with I usually use PNG sequence because you want to keep the alpha. So now just go here and render. So I just rendered this particle here. So let's just load the render. This is the PNG sequence. So I rendered the PNG sequence and check the PNG sequence and open. So click here and we have this, and it has an alpha channel. So after that, you want to make a new composition, name it, well, anything, comp 1, make it HD. That's too much. Maybe just 20 seconds, I don't know. Hit OK, and then we bring our clean footage and our footage here. So I have a footage of me just sitting, and let's do something. And now clean footage. So let's make this a freeze frame, so it will serve as a picture. So we can make it as long as we want. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to simulate the particle swirl thing. So let's make a new solid and make particular again. Okay, and then we want to go to particular and just drag it. So we have this. So what we're going to do now is we want to position it into the around the middle, the center of my body here. And then just change the emitter type to box and make the Z size and X size to 0 and make it a white like that, and make the velocity all to 0 too. So we have a nice particle tower there. So let's just reposition it. And we're good. And And then what we want to do is we want to use this particle that we just rendered, the spinning particle here, as the particle for the particular. So let's make it into a new comp. And what we want to do is we bring the comp there, this, and just disable it, we don't need it here. And then change the particle and the particular from the particle type to sprite and the texture to spinning particle. And it says that the layer is big, it has to be around 20 to 100 pixel. Okay, maybe we can just change the composition setting to about, I don't know, 100 by 100. Oh, that's small. Maybe 200 by 200. That's what I did the earlier project. 200 by 200, and okay. And just right click, transform, fit to comp. And then we can just use the none and just re-choose it. And we have this. Smashing. And then what we're going to do is we want to crank the size about 170. So we have a nice particle here. Let's change the preview to third so we can work faster. And then we want to change the opacity overlay to like 10 and then size overlay 2. So we have a cool looking here, and just give a size randomness and also go to live, make it about 2 seconds maybe, and change the live randomness. So we have a nice live random, and don't forget to change the time sampling to start at birth and loop. So we have a nice tornado here. So yeah, now we want to make the animation of the particular. So what I did is go to the project and click particle per second, keyframe, press U to show keyframe in the timeline, change this to about 20 and move around, maybe let's change this into a frame by click command or control and just click the time indicator about 40 frame-ish. So 20 and I'm sorry, 300, and move to about around 60, 67 there. Just add another keyframe and move to around 90 and change to 0. So we have this. Let's preview it. Maybe we want to change the life here to about 1 second. Like so, that looks better. And now, wait, let's just reposition it. Crank the size 180, maybe a little more. And then what we want to do is we want to make a opacity. We want to make this fade out, so T for opacity there, and click the keyframe, go around just a few frames and 0. So that looks good, and just move the timeline of the particular there to be around like so. And now we want to make the energy, white energy thing, so make another solid and make a white color. Name it energy. Okay, and put it behind the particular, and then just disable it. And what we want to do is disable the particular first, and we want to make a mask around me. So yeah, masking time lapse. Boom, we're done. So let's just activate the view here of the energy, and it looks good. Maybe give some feather, and on the mask expansion we want to cover the whole thing, cover my body there, and we want to give a fractal noise energy and change this to no rocky, and that looks good. Give a color using tint, make the black with, change it to light color. So I just give some glow and well, just mess around with the feather. This looks good. And so we want it to appear, but we can just use the opacity to make it fade in and fade out, but that's too boring, so let's make a great transition using a matte. So give any color, I'm sorry, okay, name this matte. Put it just above the energy and not disable, and give it some fractal noise. Okay, maybe change it to rocky again, and give some fast blur and scale down. Okay, and then what we want to do is we want it to appear and stay there and disappear. So we start from here. What we want to do is we want the color to be -100. Give a keyframe, move around like 5 frames or so, and give it a 100. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to use the matte as the matte for the energy. So when the matte color is black, the energy will not be visible, and when the matte color is white, the energy is visible. By using Luma Matte, we can make a great transition. And -100. So if we turn on the energy and change the matte to Luma Matte, we have this. And maybe we want to make this fade out using the opacity, because we can see the transition here, like it's really visible. So we want to make it fade out. So yeah, that looks good. And maybe want to give the particular a little glow. And change it to additive. Not too much. So this is what we have so far. So I just add some glow and just move the keyframe around to make it longer, and maybe we can just move it like so. Okay, that looks good. Now let's add some detail, and we want to make a fast blur. We may want to make a blur around me when I got covered by the energy. So to do that, we want to make an adjustment layer and mask it out. But that's boring. Let me tell you a faster way to make an adjustment layer. So Command D to make a duplicate and just disable the mask, the matte here. Put it below. Name it fast blur. And what we want to do is we want to toggle the switch and click here. Boom! We just change a solid into an adjustment layer. So let's disable this first, and also this. So if we put a fast blur into the solid there, boom, adjustment layer without using adjustment layer. So let's just delete all the effect here. Maybe from 0 here for a keyframe, and now it's about to disappear. Give some blur, and then just make it 0. So if we disable all the view with this, see, I just got blurred when I was about to disappear. So we're good. Now we want to add some light in the scene. Maybe not white bluish. To make a mask. Change it to additive. Lower down the opacity. So there we go, we simulate a light. Check that dim a little bit. There we go. So we want the light to appear when the energy fade in. So go to opacity, change to 0. We copy this. Paste, we copy 0, 2, and paste. So we have a nice looking energy here, and now for the final touch, we want to add a brightness. So we want me when I disappear here, we want it to be a very bright, like a flashbang, like and disappear. So let's make a new adjustment layer and name it, we don't have to name it, and just go to brightness and contrast, go there and went around when I was about to disappear here, make it very bright, like so. Give a keyframe, press U, move there, and 0, I'm sorry. 0, 0, and let's see what we have. There you go, the final effect. You might want to give a lens flare or make it brighter, give more particles, or give some camera shake, camera movement like what I did in my videos, well, just have fun with After Effects. So this is my tutorial. It's kind of long, 25 minutes, but I hope this tutorial is helpful for you. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments, and thank you for watching.